Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. Happy Twixmas! Twixmas? Didn't know there was such a word? Well, apparently there is. Twixmas is that funny period between Christmas and the New Year. It's got nothing to do with Twix chocolate bars, even though some of you might be eating a few Twixes during Twixmas. No, Twixmas comes from the English word betwixt, meaning between. And it's basically talking about that time between Christmas and New Year, because after the long run up to Christmas, and it seems like every year it starts sooner, we're at the beginning of November, they're playing Christmas songs in some of the supermarkets. So after that long run up and time of expectation leading up to Christmas, you have Christmas Day, maybe again Stephen's Day or Boxing Day, and the family with you, and then everyone goes home and you suddenly realize it's over, and there's sometimes a feeling of, is that it? I've thought about this. Sometimes I'm thinking, gosh, for Christmas I'm going to have to buy in a load of food, and I'm not even talking about the food for the Christmas dinner or for those, but it's just like you're going to have lots of food to get you all the way through Christmas, but it's only actually about 2 days where you're all together and the shops are open again immediately. So the big drama of New Year's Eve is still to come, but Christmas, it seems, is over, and for now you're in betwixt the two. You're in Twixmas. Well, the problem with that is maybe we're missing out on enjoying the best part of Christmas. See, all the build-up is great, but we need to take time to reflect on the fact that Jesus has come and what that means. Perhaps that's one of the most significant parts of Christmas, is not looking forward to the day, not the frantic shopping for presents and putting the lights up and carols playing everywhere you go, but it's that time afterwards when things just slow down a little bit. Some people still have to go to work, of course, but a lot of people, they're sitting around, and it's a chance to reflect on the fact that Jesus has come, that we've now celebrated his birth. But it wasn't a case of, great expectation because Jesus was coming and then that was that. No, that was only the start. And it's noticeable, the 12 days of Christmas, when people used to celebrate the 12, and the song, the 12 days of Christmas and everything else. The 12 days of Christmas were not the 12 days leading up to Christmas. They were the days after Christmas. So Christmas Day was the first day of Christmas. Because sometimes it's all about just bringing us to that moment, and then everything after that is an anticlimax. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when I was writing my second book that I ever wrote was a testimony book called From Touching Rock Bottom to Touching the Nations. And when I remember telling somebody I was writing a testimony book, and he said, well, I hope it's not going to be like most testimony books. And I says, what do you mean? He says, well, I read testimony books, he said, and they're really exciting up to the point where the person gets saved and gives his life to Jesus, and then the rest of them are just boring, so I usually stop reading at that point. And I thought, gosh, well, I hope it's not going to be like that. And, well, if you've read my testimony book, you can tell me whether you thought it was like that or not. I really hope it wasn't, because for me, the really exciting bit started when Jesus came into my life. It wasn't like it was exciting up to then and now there's not much to say. That was when the fun really started. And in the same way, maybe instead of getting so excited in the build-up to Christmas that we find it an anticlimax afterwards, that's going to be the best time to really think about what it means that God came in human flesh, and that the best part of Christmas will be over the 12 days of Christmas, including that Twixmas that lies between Christmas Day and Stephen's Day and the New Year. So happy Twixmas to you, and join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.